now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Look, increasingly, I just want to take the train. Put me on that Amtrak. Take me through the fall colors. Let me get to where I'm going.
Nice and easy.
Go around anything but that flight.
Yes.
No, thank you. No, thank you. The winds, they can be so troubling.
Yeah.
Not everybody's friend. We get it. We understand. Today, though, it was a light breeze. And it was really nice throughout the Beehive State. Let's go ahead and start. Great video. I love the sunflowers. I love the video. I love the Great Salt Lake. This is just a whole bunch of things that I adore. Thank you to Scott for sharing them with us. As you can kind of see across the lake with that sun going down. We had some great pictures from around the state today. This one coming from Julie up at Mary's Lake. Escape to the mountains. Great place to be during the change of the season. We know the colors are starting to come up there. Another good one from Mary's Lake. Thank you, Julie. We really appreciate you. And how about this one from Duck Creek, showing a little bit of cloud cover down there in south central, southern Utah, southwestern corner of the state, really. Love Duck Creek. Love the chili cook-off. As we look at the Wednesday setup, we saw that upper level low pull away. Drier air with sunshine out there. And really, the entire state soaked up dry conditions, made for a lovely midweek with high pressure starting to gain control. Another good one from Duck Creek. This one from Susan. Hi, friends. Look at our sheep. They're great in the sun, hitting the red rock there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, satellite radar shows those clear skies that we saw and y'all snapped photos of. Our northwest flow still in place, and that's kept temperatures at bay. We didn't quite hit average today, but we will into tomorrow, and we have a bit of a wind shift. Jumping down to southern Utah, well, the summer warmth holding on. You know, we saw upper 90s in Ivins. 98 is where they made it to. Just a little bit of cloud cover, but a pretty shot. 97 for the high in St. George. 70s in northern Utah. Look at that temperature spread. A few 80s in the southern portion of the state. 75 over in Vernal. 77 in Salt Lake. 80 is our average. So just a few degrees below that. With clear skies, we're going to watch those numbers drop. 60s. How about some mid-50s along the Wasatch Front? Outlying areas could get into the low 50s. It's going to feel crisp and cool, very fall-like into tomorrow with those low 60s, but the sun will be out. Another quiet day, but we're keeping our eye on moisture, some tropical moisture, as it continues with this upper level low to impact areas south of us. Well, you're going, Alana, why does this matter? Because we're dry as we head into our Thursday. Well, our winds are going to change. Coming from the northwest has kept us cool, but a southerly wind will drag some of that moisture towards portions of the state. Our futurecast walks us through. You see these blue lines? That's the northerly component to our wind, which at times often is cooler. It's a cool wind, but it starts to change by tomorrow afternoon. You start to see a little more red there, red in our neighboring state. The core of this tropical moisture is really going to focus west of us, but we start to see the cloud cover increasing by tomorrow evening in southwestern Utah. So Washington County and Iron County, you'll see a few more clouds. Then we kind of see how the chance of moisture begins to move in. The model locks in on nocturnal storms as we head into early Friday morning with some showers in and around Cedar City on the state line and then towards and around St. George. That moisture is going to continue to surge north. Here we are by 8 a.m. The West Desert has some wet weather. It extends over into Kane and Garfield County towards Lake Powell. So we're dragging that deeper moisture into the Beehive State, allowing for an unsettled Friday to start the day in the morning. Here we are by the afternoon where storms really get popping, especially along the I-15 corridor into south central Utah. We're going to see storm development over the high country in the north for Friday because that moisture continues to push on in. So we look at the big picture. By Saturday, there's a chance we see some isolated storm potential. We see that low exiting, and we roll into the weekend. So here comes our southerly flow, more cloud cover, isolated storms in the south. That's what we start Friday with. By Saturday, those isolated storms pop up in northern Utah with our southerly flow. Eventually, we'll see that moisture clear. High pressure takes over, and with that high pressure, we'll see temperatures climbing and dry. Our high pressure acts as a storm block, so giving you that long-range view. Speaking of long-range, 6 to 10 day, bringing just a slight uptick in precipitation for the western side of the state, central side and eastern side. Wow, not looking great when it comes to moisture potential. But I will say, late September looks above average. Average is right around 80, but we see statewide, the long range here favors warmer temperatures, and that coincides with that high pressure moving in. So you know what's happening as we move ahead. 80s for tomorrow, seasonal, and then jumping above that into Friday in the north, 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. Partly cloudy skies in the south as that moisture moves in, with our southerly flow increasing in the afternoon. 94 in St. George. Let's look at that St. George 7-day. Washington County with the heat, and then the 80s with more cloud cover and isolated storm potential Friday, Saturday, and a slight slight chance lingering into Sunday. There's autumn kicking it off on Monday with the 90s in St. George. May still feel a little bit like summer in the south. Isolated chance for us on Saturday. That looks like our best bet at getting some storms and showers. Sunday, there's a slight chance, and then we kick off fall on Monday with drier conditions and that high pressure taking over.
Hello, fall.
Hello. Bring it, high pressure.
We welcome it. It'll be great.